Oh, okay, I've been disconnected.
What a start!
Good start.
Uh,
Good start to the stream. Well,
I should
good
probably,
evening,
I
everyone,
should probably add you as a friend,
and-
so I can.
and welcome to FPRL Fair Play Racing League. Was about to obviously have you in from the start of the session, but I've been kicked out, so I'm just going to rejoin now. So welcome to tonight's race in Tier 2 around Mexico tonight. Last race of race week 18, so last 3 races now of the season, and after this we'll have just the 2 rounds left. Hopefully I can now join. And we've got 2 championships on the line tonight. Both the drivers and the constructors are on the line. Maguser can potentially win the driver's title tonight. He needs to win. That's the first thing he needs to do, and he needs to hope that Henkers finishes lower than 7th. It depends on actually if he gets the fastest lap. He could finish 8th for the fastest lap to keep himself in it. And believe it or not, I think there's only one Alfa Romeo in Henkers tonight. So provided Henkers does not win with the fastest lap and both Red Bulls do not score points, I believe Red Bull will be the Constructors' champion. So that's 99% done, I would say. But anyway, we're into the session now, and your comms team tonight is me, Monkey Boy Kurt, and also alongside me is Revenzilla, the 1-2 from last night's Tier 1 race. How are we doing, mate?
Oh, yeah, say that again, please, mate.
1-2 from last night's Tier 1 race.
No,
So sweet to say.
Yeah, hello everyone. We're in Roof Retreat tonight. 18 drivers. A couple joining us from Tier 3 tonight, but I think both of us can easily say that the drivers are joining us outside the tier are definitely fast enough to compete with anyone in this tier also. So it's going to be interesting to see what they can do, but also in terms of just a drivers' championship point of view, it's going to be interesting to see how Maguser deals with the pressure and how Henkers can manage to pile on a bit of extra pressure to try and force those mistakes.
Yeah, definitely. Got Rise, who's got a quali ban tonight, so he will not be partaking in quali. So just the 17 out for Q1. Like Zilla has said, we've got 3 Tier 3s, I believe, making the step up tonight. And that is Adrian, Nigel Piggle, and Snedden, the Tier 3 champion. And we've also got one new driver as well in this man here in the house. It's TPA Groot, who is almost just spun it out of the S's section, but he's okay through there. Yeah, it'll be interesting also to see how he will do. The question is, I think Zilla, as Nigel Piggle puts in the first lap time of the session with a 16.4, I think going on their times in their own race from Wednesday, we could potentially see the two of the Tier 3s anyways that are stepping up tonight in the mix for the pole position.
Yeah, just before I start talking, can you press pause and then pause, because apparently my voice is laggy and I think that's maybe a quick fix. Anyway, yeah, I think Adrian could set a record here to be the first driver to get 2 poles in the space of 1 week. I'm sure he managed roughly 14.7 or 14.8 is the pole time in Q3 for Tier 3 race, so it's very possible with the form we know he has right here that he can compete up there with the likes of Maguser and Granty, who are normally our better qualifiers in the tier. I'd say that Granty does go P1 with that time of a 15.6, and it just seems like a lot of the drivers are just getting their eye in, getting used to their setups and having a bit of a feel for the track.
Yeah, so I would say good start in first lap there from Groundsy. Just to put a bit of a guide out there for the viewers, Tier 3 times we were seeing from Adrian and Snedden the other night were actually in the high 14s, so they could potentially definitely be up there, like we've already said. Just to confirm as well, Groundsy is just about still in the title fight, but he's going to basically need to win every single race and hope Magusa doesn't score no points in order to have a chance, so it's very unlikely that's going to happen. But yet, Magusa, like I said at the start of the session, he can win tonight the title. There's 32 points between him and Henkers, and he needs to win and hope that Henkers finishes lower than 7th in order for that to happen tonight. So it's most likely probably going to go to another round, but we shall see as Groundsy goes even faster there with a 15-2 this time.
Yeah, you touched a bit on the championship situation. Obviously, we've got, 78 points still on the line. Henkers is our main title rival, and he is 32 points down on Magusa, so it only takes a couple of small errors and this championship battle can get really close towards the latter end of this season, and we could see this maybe go down as far as the last race, but as we previously alluded to, it's going to be important for Groundsy to pile the pressure on as well as Henkers. See if we can force these mistakes out of Magusa. From someone who's been so consistent all season, it doesn't seem likely, but we will wait to see.
And there we go then, just coming through there. We said Adrian had pace round here in Tier 3 race, and he's just gone second, 30 thousandths behind Groundsy. And Cross Kerry goes through as well with a 15.8, so he goes up into 3rd place. We are getting also in the chat, Zilla, apparently it's still the same with the old voice, so I'm wondering,
I'm going to leave the
do you want to...
I
think you leave the party and maybe... Yeah, or I can join you on the party as well, maybe that change things, I don't know. Yeah. Okay, no worries, mate. So then while we do that, we'll keep on board with what else is going on, and I think, is that someone that's run out of fuel? There's a yellow flag there. I'm just going to join Zilla's party.
Right, hopefully that's it.
There we go. Just make sure you include your audio, mate.
Oh, I have.
And it looks like Scotsman has binned it.
Oh dear.
I don't know where. So yeah, it looks like we will not be seeing any more of him in today's session. Strangely enough, he set a time. Oh no, he's gone behind Rise now. He was showing to be behind Rise, but now he's in front. So that's now going to mean then that only one more person in this session is going to go out. So those front runners can probably now just retire and get those tyres safe for the rest of the qualifying. Nigel Piggle retires as well.
Yeah, got TJM on an outlap here. Yeah, as you just said, we've got 2 out already, so that means one person's been eliminated. So it's all about just getting a clean lap in and getting yourself safely through into Q2. And it looks like both TJ and Henkers are both on the lap now.
I'll tell you what, we'll go around with Henkers for the last sector, and then we'll go back onto TJ, as they're 2 of the 3 that are still yet to set a time. So Henkers now coming through the stadium section, that slow left-hander, and now towards the right, and then one final right-hander where you can definitely lose the back end on this one, get a big tank stopper, but he's gone through there okay. Henkers towards the line then. It's a 15.748 and it puts him 6th fastest for now. We'll go then back on board with TJ, who's now just about to come through the main part of Sector 2. The most trickiest part of Sector 2 is the S's section, right, left, and this is where you can really lose the back end if you hit the curbs through here. Lifts off a little bit, doesn't want to invalidate, and that is what you didn't want to do. And another massive commentator's curse there. Don't lose the back end, and he's into the wall. And that is Q1 basically done.
I'm going to refrain from commenting. Snowden's parked alongside. Yeah, I'm not going to comment because I did the exact same thing last night. So, it's not about how you start, TJ. It's about how you finish. But unfortunately, you've qualified behind a guy who didn't even leave the pits.
So yes, so Rise then gets a quali ban and does not start last position. He will start 17th ahead of TJ, who's binned it there. But Maguser comes through then, 7th place for Maguser at the moment. But everyone else now can just retire. No, in fact, no. TPA Groups, because he has set a time that is slower than Scotsman, he now actually falls into 16th. And you've also got Lemon, Piggle, Tiddlewink, Dobby as well that have set slower times than Scotsman. So Piggle here's retired, Zilla. So potentially Tiddlewink, Dobby and Group go and set faster times, and Piggle could be out here in Q1.
Yeah, it might be just a case of throwing the sandbags onto the car, but TPA Group is wasting no time in getting back out on circuit. In the meantime, Tiddlywink is on a lap, it is not invalid, and he's 2 tenths up after the second sector. So we'll take you through the final sector now as he gets as late on the brakes as possible, but swing the car around this left-hander, and it sets you up nicely for 14, 15, and then 16 finally. That brings you around to the line. And he's looking for a 115. It's not going to be, but it's going to be good enough for 9th place. And now that he's beaten Piggle, that means he's safe.
Yep, so Tiddlywink then safe in 9th place then. Means now that Dobby Knock, he needs to come out again. Like we say, TPA Group, his teammate for tonight, coming in for Fish Sticks. It's his first race tonight, I should say, as well. So hopefully he can have a good one in his debut. Needs to set a better time than a 16.4, and he will be through successfully as well. Tell you what, we'll go around with him as everyone else is basically in the pits.
His teammate Dobby is coming out for a hot lap as well as he invalidates TPA Group. Will have
I'm
to
not
go
sure. Well, it was an outlap, but was he close enough to line to get this?
Oh, what am I on
well?
about? Yeah, that was an outlap.
No, he's not. Right, so he is on for a fast lap here.
Oh, it's only 2-1. Oh,
so
what is he doing?
What's he doing? What's he doing here?
Has he got dust in his eyes?
Either that or his wheels gone. I do not know. He's got damaged his wing, I think.
Yeah, that's wing
Damaged
damage.
his wing.
Oh lord.
Well,
I don't know if that was a lag or that you were seeing the same thing, or
maybe his controller just. Well, no, if your controller disconnects, it goes onto AI. So I have no idea. But
I don't know. Can we see when people are on AI?
I don't know, or maybe he's on a wheel and the pedals are still working. I don't know.
Something must have worked.
Disconnected.
Whether it was brain or equipment, we don't know.
Yeah, but it means that he most likely will have time to come in the pits again. Yeah, the way his steering wheel is moving, it looks like he's on wheels. So probably just disconnected or something.
Either that or he is elegant with a path.
Okay, so instead we'll ride on board with the other Haas then of Dobby Knot. He's on a 16.6. At the moment he's safe, but obviously TPA Group can come into the pits and change that front wing and go out again. So he'll be wanting to just do better than a 16.4 to make sure that he's definitely safe. So he comes round the first part of a lap, now down towards the end of Sector 1, down this straight here. Has got the first DRS zone, sorry, the second DRS zone I should say, and now brakes around the 100 metre board, swings it into the left hand side, and now even more on the brakes onto the right. Now got this double right hander here, get close to the apex of the curve as you can, and then it's on the throttle towards this. It's quite hard to know where to brake on this corner towards the left, but he's on it okay there. Right then left through the SS section. Now don't want to do a TJ through here, and he's okay, nice lifted off a bit so he does not invalidate as he comes to the end of sector 2. He's only 2 thousandths up here, so he's going to have a good last sector, and he's lifted off. So is he going to go again or get another fresh set? We will soon find out.
I'm not sure it'd be worth going in for another fresh set and leave himself in low set to softs. But he's going to come round to start another lap, and coming out of the pits now is Stiffmeister and TPA Group. Not really sure why Stiffmeister's come out, but he's come out on used tyres.
Yeah,
maybe
he's got
just
Lemon out on track as well.
for a little bit of practice, I assume, but Dobby is going to go for another hot lap now. He's safely out of turn 3, and he's going to go over the first sector split, half a tenth up on his original time. He's going to need an improvement of about a tenth to get past Nigel Piggle, and it looks like a relatively clean 4, 5 and 6 from Dobby as he starts the main bulk of Sector 2. He's going to hope for a little bit better than last time. That line looks a little bit better, a lot less of a lift, but still a bit wide on turn number 10, but gets turn 11 hooked up nicely, as he is half a second up on his time, so it's all about keeping his lap valid now. As he comes into the stadium section, it's very easy to invalidate on the outside here as you swing it around into turn 15. He comes around the final corner now, and it all looks pretty clean, and this looks like it will be Dobby safely through to Q2, and he is, and it now means it is all down to TPA Groups, and nice enough, he has set us up for the start of his hot lap.
Lovely stuff there. Piggles realised what he's done in the chat. The two Haas boys are going to knock me out as well. Well, he's got a hope here that Group makes a mistake for his own doing, and then he can stay in. And yeah, his own teammate knocks him out until he went. Oh, and Group's already invalidated, but he will have time to go round once more if he's got the fuel on board, which he will do. He just probably wants to have a slow lap round the track. Doesn't want to use too much wear on the tyres. But yeah, it's all or nothing now for TPA Group. But at the moment in that first session, Zilla, any surprises really?
My voice is still very loud by the start. I'll just turn the stream up to have a little listen. I don't know what else we can do. It's not my headset on my connection, it's a stupid Switch app.
Right.
Yeah, whilst you try and come up with a fix, I'll answer your question. Yeah, surprises really. I mean, we didn't get to see any sort of potential out of TGM because of that crash, but it's not a difficult circuit to overtake in the slightest, so it's not the end of the world to have an accident like that in Q1. Nigel Piggle went about a second and a half faster on Wednesday night, and yeah, 16.4 is going to be quite disappointing for him, especially if TPA Group can improve, but it looks like Group has gone quite a bit wide, and that is going to make it difficult now to make up the time the rest of the lap, and that's invalidated, so that is Piggle safe.
Piggle then survives via TPA Group invalidating, and yeah, not sure he would have got in, but does mean that he survives for Q2 and will have a chance of getting into Q3. Oh, and he just took a little spin there as well, coming into the pits. Not that it's going to matter, as he will be starting P16. Scotsman will start P15 then. So we'll have just the 14 drivers for Q2. I'm thinking just try unplugging my headset and replugging it.
I've done it as well. I'm going to waffle for about 10 seconds and then listen to myself on the stream.
Okay, mate, no worries. So then, there we go then, the classification for Q1, this Tier 2 Mexican Grand Prix. It's Groundsy with the fastest time then, with a 15.202, and the Tier 3 boys getting promoted for this race of Adrian and Snedden in second and third, so they're looking very strong here. A division up, yeah, Adrian just 18 thousandths off Groundsy, Snedden third, Ginny Vane fourth, Crosskerry fifth, Henkers in sixth. So that's a good lap from Dobby Knock. He's that's a good lap with a 15.8. He'll be pleased with that. Into seventh, and then rounding out the top 10 of that session, Lemon, Maguser, and Biddle. As we move on then to Q2, waiting on Scotsman and Dobby Knox to press A, and we'll be going. But yeah, I think the question is now: is anyone going to try and go for mediums? I think this pack's probably very, very like close in terms of pace. I don't really think we're going to have anyone going on to the mediums to get through. I think everyone will have to eventually come onto the softs. But yeah. Oh, and it looks like I've got myself a seat, Zilla.
What do you mean you've got yourself a seat?
Well, you know when it kicked me out of the...
Did you not click spectate? You didn't click spectate. Oh my god.
Right.
Oh, I reckon you just drive it, mate. Shut the stream off and just drive it.
Or we pause the stream at the end of quali and then you stream the race, so then we don't have to worry about me retiring.
Well, if you leave the lobby and join back and click spectate, surely you're going to spectate.
I doubt it, because I'm now...
It's worth a go.
Right, while we're waiting for Scotsman then to press A, I'm going to quickly see if I can leave the lobby. Right. Actually, no, I'm going to wait. Actually, I don't want to screw up the lobby here by leaving on this screen. I think Scotsman's definitely gone away from his Xbox.
Yeah, he's gone to the shops, I think.
I have to ping him in the chat. So anyway, Zilla, while we're waiting, why don't we talk about yesterday? That was some race,
let's have a good old chinwag about yesterday's fucking masterclass.
Oh bloody hell, yeah. I mean,
we were on the pace throughout, mate. We were looking for a 1-2 from lap 1.
Oh yeah, definitely, mate. Like, you know, if it weren't for the rain and the safety cars, we still would have come first and second. Do you know what I mean?
You know, it takes a smart cookie to identify that rain means Inter's tyres.
Yeah, exactly.
And obviously, we were the smartest of the bunch.
Yeah, and I'd just like to put a little thank you in to you as well, because you half persuaded me to go.
I won't say half. We'll say a good 80% of it was me telling you to get in the pits.
I have to say, another Red Bull driver also made me come in as well, but he luckily went on the soft, so it was all good for us. It was all good for us.
Yeah. He sent you the dummy, but didn't realise he did.
No, right. Well, it is only 5 seconds in. I'm going to quickly leave, and I'm going to quickly come back in. So ping me an invite, Zilla, and I'll be back in.
Nah.
Like a flash, you better.
I'm going to do what Gary does and just not invite people back in.
Right. Now, let's see if I can... I bet I can't spectate. There's no way I'm going to be able to spectate now. Can I spectate? Can I spectate? No, I can't. It's put me in the Aston Martin.
Well, if you retire in the pits, then you're not even on the track though. There's only 14 in this session, so...
Yeah, I know, because I'm... Obviously, it's put me in as a driver.
Why is Gary swearing at me in the chat?
I do not know.
What have I done? Gary, if you could tell me what I did wrong, and I'm not sure you should be on the internet, mate. Surely you're on a ban, aren't you?
Hold on. Gary has got an internet ban. So how is, like... Oh, yeah, well, unless he's, like, using up all his data.
Yeah, Nigel, like, honestly, all he has to do is click Y. But...
No, I did press Y. Didn't work. Just literally made me press A.
Shall we have a talk about who MK Don's next signing is going to be? Because first of all, I'm hoping we sign Scotty T back on a 2-year deal.
I can't see that happening.
Another 2-year deal, go down a tree. Give him like $2,000 a week pay rise. Keep him sweet.
Right. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I'd wish that would happen. I can't see it happening.
If we offer both him and Harry Darling an extra like 1,500 quid a week, you know, they might as well continue their development. They're getting player of the season. I mean, there's no chance they stay.
I'm just waiting for people in the chat, especially from the drivers that don't live in the UK, to go, who the hell is Harry Darling?
No, he's going to say Scotty T and it's bloody Geordie Shore. Right, anyway. Adrian is on a hot lap, I believe. He's invalidated, so ignore me. Stiffmeister's starting the lap. Who are you going to choose from? Tiddlywink's getting held up by Grounds and Summit bad in the middle sector.
Right.
Oh, we do have some drivers on the mediums. They're at least going to attempt it. I mean, last night we got one person get through on the mediums, and he's also like top 10 in the world in time trial, so he doesn't count.
No, we're not going to count that fraud Ali Ferrari. But Brownsy goes through with a 16.7. Tiddlywink already fast on the softs for 16.4, so I do not think there is any point really in going on the mediums unless you just want to wear him in a little bit for the race potentially. Is coming around. We've got Nigel coming onto his lap.
Oh, I'm not sure if you're aware, but your game sound is very loud. And by very loud, I mean it's not very loud, but it's loud. Anyway, the first driver to set a lap on the mediums is Groundsy on a 16.7, closely followed by his championship rival Henkers on a 16.8. And if what we've seen in Q1 is anything to go by, that is not going to be anywhere near quick enough to get through into Q2. They're going to be hoping for some crashes and some others to come out in the mediums if they're going to hope to get through, as Biddle goes top with a 15.6 as we get ever closer to the almost inevitable 1 minute 14s that we know some of these drivers in this tier can do. If we talk about the 1 minute 14s, Monkey, who do we think here has got the potential in Q3 to stick in a 1 minute 14 as Cruiser bins it at the start of the second sector? So that is one driver down, 13 to go.
Oh yeah. In terms of your other question, who can get in on the 14s? Well, I mean, we already know from the other day in Tier 3 that Snedden and Adrian have definitely got the potential. They both set high 14s in their Tier 3 race, so I'd definitely say them. I'd say obviously Mag User and Henkers, the two championship rivals in Tier 2, they definitely got the potential to do it on the softs. And a bit of a quali merchant he is, very unlucky in the race, but I think Juni Vane, if he can notch a lap up together, can even potentially as well be up there in the 14s if he can put it all together.
Yeah, thinking forwards, if you're going to be in a car at the start of the race, do you want to do a stream swap in Q3? Like at the end of this session, because otherwise the viewers are going to watch you drive around for lap 1.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah, we can do one at the end of this session, then we'll do a stream swap.
But yeah, furthermore, Groundsy has just improved into the 1 minute 15s on his third lap on the medium tyres, but again, will it be enough? I'm not so sure. We got, you know, drivers of the likes of Adrian is just coming out now on his out lap on a fresh set of the soft compound tyres, so expect him to put in his best time here and start the race on those softs. He has just come across the line to start his lap now. I was looking for him on track and I couldn't find an AlphaTauri, but I'm so used to seeing him drive that car and I didn't realise he was in the Alpine. So here he is coming down into turn 1 now, and we know just how precise Adrian can be on a quali lap, and he's shown us once again with a nice clean sector 1 that he is on the pace straight away as he sets at 28.4 first sector, which is purple for now, but he gets a little bit wide into turn number 5, but hooks up 6 and 7 nicely. And this is where all the time is made up. Adrian is absolutely on fire through this sector. And this is going to be a big old curse, isn't it? Watch him drop it here. No, it's absolutely gorgeous. Here we go, second sector split. It's purple again from Adrian. Could he get us close into the 1 minute 14s already? Yeah, we'll see what you can do. I mean, that as smooth as you like through the third sector. Comes around the final corner now. He's going to hug the pit entry curb tight to get a little bit more time out of the lap. And he's close. But it's a 15-1 from Adrian. And I'm not sure in this session, without people chucking some soft tyres at it, that we're going to see anyone top that.
Yeah, it'd be very hard to top that in Q2 anyway. Maybe when they've got even more used to the track, you could probably see a couple of 14s, but a very good lap there from Adrian. Lemon, interestingly enough, has retired, but with everyone switching to softs, I know there's only another 3 places for people to go out, as Cruiser is already out, but I would not have retired just yet. I think everyone's got potential to go even faster. So will we see
Sean Piggle
Lemon...
won't make that mistake again.
Will we start to see Lemon drop down that order so far that he goes below 10th? We'll have to wait and see then. We've got Stiffmeister though, just coming onto his lap, one of the drivers that has not set a time yet, and Dobby Knox just in front of him as well. So we're riding on board with Dobby Knox. He goes through turn 1, then turn 2, and then turn 3, nicely through there on the accelerator, down then towards turn 4. DRS open, he's going to brake around 100 metres. It's a 28.4 for the first split time. Try and get as close to the apex there as possible, but if you get too close, you almost do a little hop over the little curbs that are at the side of the track. And as we now come down towards sector 2, very smooth area, a bit of a lift off there from Dobby. Now through the left, fast left and right. And yeah, you want to be looking at around a 56, 57, 56.6, which is not too bad. Got a good last sector. Now, as it comes into the stadium section, you think, oh, it rides the curb a little bit there and it loses the back end, but I'm thinking this is probably going to be around a high 15, low 16. And yeah, it is a 16.0, puts him into 5th place, and Stiffmeister just behind. Coming through now. Oh no, he's made a mistake. 1:22.2, so he will have to go around again.
Yeah, Tiddywink was very, very crafty there on that lap. He starts the lap about half a second behind Stiffmeister, gets an enormous tow throughout sector 1, and then Stiffmeister invalidates at turn number 5 and just pulls out of the way. So Tiddywink managed to get the tow all the way down from turn 1 all the way down to turn 5, and then didn't get held up through the middle sector, so that's resulted in him improving up to a 15.8, and Stiffmeister will be going again.
Okay, so we'll go on board back to Stiffmeister then. I'm just going to quickly put out there for the viewers, obviously thank you to everyone that follows us, subscribes to us with Prime every week, and obviously gives us our views. We've now hit 300 followers, 301 followers to be precise. That's great effort from all you guys that follow us and support the league, so thank you very much. Just wanted to get that in there as a big achievement there. We'll go back to Stiffmeister, who's now coming through the last corner. Let's see where he can put it this time. Gets on the throttle, comes across the line. It's a 15.7, puts him 4th position, and Zilla, we are starting to see Lemon drop down that order. He's now in P6.
Yeah, that is an excellent lap on a second hot lap on those tyres from Stiffmeister. He's managed to pull a 15.7 out the bag, so that just shows if he maybe gets that first lap, hooked up, that there's a chance he can go even quicker than a 15.7. We see, Lemming retired early, but there's drivers in front of him that feel that they're not quite safe. Biddle has come out again. He set a banker of a 15.6, and he's come out again on a fresh set of softs. Maguse has just popped in front of him, his Red Bull teammate, on a 15.4, but he's quickly bested by the Williams stand-in of Snedden, who's just gone 3rd fastest with a 15.3. And just look how close it is between our top 4. Just 3 tenths separating them at the minute. And it looks like, as you said, Lemming's tumbling down the order. He's down to P9 and he's got fast drivers behind him. We know that Nigel, Groundsy and Croskery are very, very capable of low 1 minute 15s. So Lemming unfortunately hasn't learnt from Nigel Piggle's near mistake in Q1. And it looks like his initial banker time is not going to be enough, as it's starting to look a little bit dark, Monkey Boy.
Yeah, potentially. Could we see some rain for Q3? That would definitely spice things up in the final session. But Groundsy is one of those drivers that is currently not in Q3, but we would expect him to go through. We know what his pace is like, as long as he can keep it on the track and don't invalidate on this lap or the next one. Comes now to sector 2, and he's got to get round now the tricky S's section. Doesn't want to invalidate here. They've been a little bit closer on that right hand apex, but he's good from Groundsy. His time is at 56.2 and he's half a second up already, so that's going to put him around about where Maguser is on a 15.4. Let's see how now he gets around this final stadium section. He comes through the last corner then, gets on the throttle. This will most likely put him into the top 5, and it does. It puts him P3 of a 15.3. Lemming then has got to hope that Piggle, Dobbinox and Crosskerry all do not set better than a 15.8. I think realistically, I think he's going out if no, Crosskerry definitely has probably got the pace to put a fast lap in. He's invalidated on this time around, but you will have a chance to have one more. And even people like Tiddlywink, Stiffmeister could potentially still go out. They're all in the pits.
Yeah, Crossbury made a big mistake on his lap there, catching the curve at turn number 5, and just lost a bit of that composure and invalidated early on in sector 2. So he's got enough time for another go. His tyres won't be in too bad of a condition, and there's definitely chance for improvement on that 17.1 as he gears up to go again. And in the meantime, Nigel Piggle is making his way down sector 1 now, and it looks pretty clean so far. And he's invalidated. Little open at the steering.
Fraud. What a fraud, Nigel Piggle.
In the 1 minute 14s, I'm sure, in tier 3, but he's pulled the sandbags out in a final bid not to get moved up a tier next season, and he's pulled a 15.9 out of the bag as his best effort in Q2.
Yeah,
that's appalling sandbagging, that is.
Appalling from Piggle Fraud then. He will be a length at the moment. So then, Dobby has decided to stay in the pits. He will not go again. So it's down to Crosskerry then to knock out Lemon, who was saying, has he retired too early? Or has he saved a set of tyres here potentially? But Crosskerry's got to now navigate this S's section. He's done it okay there. We'll see what time he's put in. It's currently a 56.7. He's 8 tenths up. It's going to be a 16.3 at the moment. It's not going to be enough as it stands, but let's see how he does now through the stadium section. He now comes towards the final right-hander.
It looks tasty.
Get on the throttle now towards the line. Who is going out? And
he's got him!
Just gets in with a 15.8. Tips Tiddlywink as well. And Lemon making the ultimate mistake, like we said, of retiring early. He was in P2 when he retired, to be fair. But everyone else had set their laps on the mediums. So there you go then, the 4 going out in Q2. WRL Lemon, Piggle, Dobby and Cruiser.
It's a dirty fraud. I'm sure Piggle has got some explaining to do in the Discord.
Yeah, giving AlphaTauri a bad name after the 2 races they've had in Tier 3 and Tier 1, absolutely shocking.
Exactly, honestly, it was a Ferrari masterclass in Tier 1 this week, and they've been let down here by Cruiser and Scotsman.
Oh, Zilla, go on to someone that's in the pits. I can see spots of rain starting to fall.
Oh no. Oh, Adrian is quaking in his boots.
Oh, Adrian is absolutely shiting himself.
Adrian has just spotted the rain and he's had to change his trousers.
Yep, Scotsman in the chat, don't know if it's been mentioned, but over 300 subs. Yep, mentioned that just a few moments ago. Fantastic effort from everyone.
Scotsman, pay attention, mate.
So there we go then. Adrian takes P1 in Q2, but I don't think he's going to like what's coming because the rain is starting to fall.
I mean, look
And
how
we know
close
how
that
much-
is, Monkey Boy. The whole field separated by 1.1.
Yeah, fantastic there from the lads. I think now is a good time. We're going to do that little stream swap, as you do not want to see Monkey Boy in an Aston Martin on the first lap of the race. So we're gonna pause the stream. We're gonna have Zilla switch into the mains comms for Q3 in the race. So we'll be
Monkey
with you.
Boy's a big fraud.
I know, getting demoted down to co-com, shocking. So we will see you in just a few seconds.